By 2 p.m. today, I will have finished everything that used to take me until midnight. I am talking about research, content creation, data analysis, and reporting, all done in half the time. 6 months ago, I was drowning in tasks, working 10-hour days, and still falling behind. Then I rebuilt my entire workday around AI, and everything changed. In this video, I am walking you through my exact AI-powered workflow, hour by hour, tool by tool, so you can copy it starting tomorrow. No fluff, no theory. This is what my actual workday looks like right now. Before I show you the workflow, let me paint a picture of what my old routine looked like. I would start my morning opening 20 browser tabs to research a single topic. That alone took 2 hours. Then I would write a blog post from scratch, staring at a blank screen for another 3 hours. Data analysis meant exporting spreadsheets and manually building charts, which ate up my entire afternoon. Reports were the worst. Formatting, aligning, proofreading, another 2 hours gone. My workday ran from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and I still had unfinished tasks piling up. Now contrast that with today. I start at 8 a.m., and by 2 p.m., I am done. Not cutting corners, not sacrificing quality. I am producing better work in less time because AI handles the repetitive 80% and I focus on the creative 20% that actually matters. That is the shift. AI does not replace my thinking. It amplifies it from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. I handle research and planning. And this is where the biggest time savings happen. I used to spend 2 hours digging through search results. Now I use Perplexity AI for deep research. I type in my topic, and within 60 seconds, I have a synthesized answer with sources cited. For a recent video script, I asked Perplexity to compare the latest AI coding tools, and it returned a structured comparison with pros, cons, and pricing, something that would have taken me 19 minutes of manual searching. But I do not stop there. I take that Perplexity output and feed it into Claude. For deeper analysis, I ask Claude to identify gaps, suggest angles I might have missed, and rank the findings by relevance. This two-tool combo, Perplexity for speed, Claude for depth, turns 2 hours of research into 20 minutes. The key is being specific with your prompts. I never ask vague questions. I say exactly what I need, in what format, and for what audience. That precision is what makes AI research actually useful instead of just interesting. From 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., I move into content creation. And this is where my workflow really shines. I used to write everything from a blank page. Now I start with an AI-generated outline. I give ChatGPT my research notes and ask for a structured outline with key points, examples, and transitions. This takes about 2 minutes. Then I write the actual content section by section, using AI as a co-writer, not a ghostwriter. I draft each section myself first, then ask Claude to improve clarity, tighten the language, and add specifics where I am vague. The important word here is improve, not write. I never let AI write from nothing because it lacks my voice and experience, but asking it to refine what I have already written. That saves me 40% of my editing time. For formatting, I use AI to convert my drafts into whatever format I need. Blog posts, video scripts, social media threads, email newsletters. One draft, multiple formats. That alone cuts my content production time from 3 hours down to 90 minutes, from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. I tackle data analysis and reporting, which used to be my most dreaded part of the day. Here is the old process. Export data from 3 different tools into CSV files. Open them in Excel. Build pivot tables, create charts. Screenshot the charts. Paste them into a report. Format the report. Proofread the report and send it. That took 2 to 3 hours every single week. My new process looks completely different. I upload my raw data to ChatGPT with code interpreter and ask it to analyze trends, identify anomalies, and generate visualizations. In 5 minutes, I have insights that used to take an hour of manual pivot table wrangling. For more complex analysis, I use Claude with artifacts, which can build interactive dashboards from my data in a single prompt for reporting. I have a template that I feed into AI along with my data, and it generates a formatted report with charts embedded. I review it, make any adjustments, and it is done. Total time, 30 minutes for what used to take 2.5 hours. The trick is having clean data and clear questions. Garbage in, garbage out still applies, even with AI. Now here is the part that most people miss when they talk about AI workflows. The tasks that run without me. I have set up automations that handle repetitive work in the background, and this is what truly multiplies my productivity. First, I use Zapier to connect my tools. When I publish a blog post, Zapier automatically creates a social media summary, schedules posts across platforms, and adds the content to my newsletter queue. That used to be 30 minutes of manual cross-posting. Now it is 0 seconds. I have scheduled AI agents that run daily every morning at 7 a.m. An AI agent scans industry news, summarizes the top stories relevant to my niche, and drops a briefing into my notes app. I wake up to a curated news digest without lifting a finger. Third, I use AI-powered email sorting that categorizes incoming messages, drafts responses for routine emails, and flags anything that needs my personal attention. I used to spend 45 minutes on email every morning. Now I spend 10 minutes reviewing AI prepared drafts and hitting send. These automations are not fancy. They are simple connections that eliminate repetitive steps, but together they save me over 2 hours every single day. Let me get specific about my tool stack, because I know that is what you really want to see. For research, I use Perplexity Pro for quick lookups and Claude for deep analysis. For writing and content, I use ChatGPT Plus for outlines and drafts, Claude for refinement, and Grammarly for final polish. For data work, I use ChatGPT with code interpreter for quick analysis and Claude artifacts for dashboards, for automation. Zapier connects everything, and I use Notion as my central workspace where all outputs land. For scheduling and email, I use AI features built into Google Workspace. The critical thing is that these tools feed into each other. My research goes to Notion, which triggers a Zapier automation, which drafts content, which I review and publish, which triggers another automation for distribution. It is a pipeline, not a collection of disconnected tools. The total cost for all of this is around $60 per month, and it saves me 6 hours per Dalton Lawton. Why? That is a return on investment that is impossible to ignore. Let me break down the actual time savings with real numbers, because I know claims without data are meaningless. Research, old process, 2 hours. New process, 20 minutes. Savings, 1 hour, 40 minutes. Content creation, old process, 3 hours. New process, 90 minutes. Savings, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Data analysis and reporting, old process 2.5 hours. New process 30 minutes. Savings, 2 hours. Email and admin, old process 45 minutes. New process 10 minutes. Savings, 35 minutes. Cross-posting and distribution, old process 30 minutes. New process 0 minutes. Automated savings, 30 minutes. Total daily savings, 5 hours and 15 minutes. That is not theoretical. I have tracked this for 3 months, and the numbers are consistent. Some days are better, some worse, but the average holds. What do I do with those extra 5 hours? I spend 1 hour learning new AI tools and techniques to keep improving the workflow. I spend 1 hour on strategic thinking that I never had time for before. And I spend 3 hours not working because sustainable productivity matters more than grinding. I want to be honest about what did not work, because copying only the successes gives you an incomplete picture. First mistake, I tried to automate everything at once. In my first month, I set up 12 Zapier automations simultaneously, and half of them broke within a week because the inputs were inconsistent. The lesson is to automate one thing at a time. Test it for a full week, then add the next. Second mistake, I over-relied on AI for writing. I let ChatGPT write full articles without editing, and my audience noticed. Engagement dropped 30% because the content felt generic. I learned that AI should refine, not originate. Your voice, your experience, your opinions, those have to come from you. Third mistake, I did not review AI outputs carefully enough. I caught factual errors in AI-generated research summaries twice. AI is confident, but sometimes wrong. You must verify claims, especially statistics and specific details. Fourth mistake, I ignored the setup time. Building this workflow took about 2 weeks of upfront investment before it started paying off. That is normal, but I was impatient. If you are starting, expect a rough first 2 weeks before you see the time savings kick in. If you want to build this workflow, do not try to copy mine exactly. Start with one block. Pick the part of your day where you waste the most time on repetitive tasks and AI power. Just that one block first. For most people, that is research or email. Once you have that one block working smoothly for a week, add the next one within a month. You will have a semi-automated workflow that saves you 2 to 3 hours daily. Within 2 months, you will be at 4 to 5 hours saved. The tools I mentioned are just what works for me. You might prefer Gemini over ChatGPT or Cursor over Claude. That is fine. The workflow is the important part, not the specific tools. The formula is simple. Identify the represent of your tasks. Automate what you can. Assist what you cannot. Automate and focus your human energy on the creative 20% that only you can do. That is how you turn a 10-hour workday into a 4-hour one without losing quality. Try it this week. Pick one block. You will feel the difference on day one.